Okay, so as far as working with these brands, do you have a so of course you're working with McDonald's personally now, but like do you have like a favorite brand that you like actually worked on like personally and like that really like touched you and like really really like a part of you and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think that I'm trying to think, but man, sometimes it's not even the big brands. It's really some of my work that I do outside of my 9 to 5. It's the 5 to midnight work with the culture supplier and my media consulting company. And it's been like working with like, so I have an artist that I work on creative direction for. So encompassing their like album design and what the layout, how they were going to promote the album when it comes out. Like I'm putting together the whole marketing plan for the next, basically it comes out in June. So June all the way to December, an artist named Jersey Sun. And so I got to hear the album what's today? Thursday. So not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, I got to hear it. No skips.
Yeah.
No skips. And then that ain't like me. I have to like,
I know you gotta like it because you
Yeah,
like you work for them and stuff like that. Yeah, I gotta like it, but no.
But no skips. And if there is a skip, it's a song because it's Afro beats. Like it's a song that I just don't understand. It just that's not my culture in a way. Like I've grown to understand Afro beats just because of living in New York, but like that's not my origin of sound, right? Like when you're Nigerian, he's Nigerian, so like that sound it's in his roots.
Yeah, like it's in my what's the DC? I guess DC got their own sound and stuff like that. It's just like
and it's in my roots, but it's different, right? And so so I'm developing like creating, what DJs we're about to go to, every single day party we're about to go to in DC, Philly, and New York, and then what does we got to go wheat paste all the streets. So like, what day we're gonna do that, and how we're gonna paint them up, and who we're gonna call. Like that's the things that really inspire me too. It also gives me a place where I can play. That's the playground.
That's the creative part right there.
That's creative. So then when I come back, and now next year my client is McDonald's says, all right, we got to pick a new artist, and it's whoever. Like, oh man, I tried this like unique way to promote the album from a virtual reality standpoint. I already tested it out. What's up? Now y'all got like let's make it happen bigger scale. So I don't really I don't think about the brands from a 9 to 5. I think about all the times that I've worked with small businesses and influencers and reviewing YouTube campaigns and doing vlogs for people, or critiquing blogs and stuff like that. That's the I really enjoy doing a lot.
That's cool.
Since you mentioned YouTube and other smaller creators and stuff, can you list like specific different genres of like creators you kind of work with? Like if you work with like painters, musicians, whatever.
So it's mostly musicians, so artists that really doesn't matter what kind of artists, gospel, hip hop. And then from an influencer standpoint for YouTube, it's like people who do from a fashion and also vlog their life. And kind of like, there was another person I work with, her name's Moxie D. And I just literally would sit in a room and say, okay, she's like, she does styling for NFL players. All right. So I'm like, all right, here's all 10 shots you need to capture when you go on this trip, from the PJ to the design to the store pickup to the boom, 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 boom. Like, all right, let me see all those clips. And then I'll just look at all the clips and she'll edit, and we'll, pass it on to editor. And having that creative direction on the holistic of like what she wants to put out. And that worked on Instagram as well as her YouTube channel. So even like coming up with content, because again, one thing that I can always tap back into is that I worked at Tom Joyner. So that means that I got to see a radio show every single day, and not no regular, just whatever. Like, this national show with over, I don't know, 200, 300,000 cars, whatever the number is. It's really huge.
Yeah.
So how to like format
a good ad and like a good
ads. How do you put the ads in there? I can write an ad, like, and I've done a couple shows where I can write the commercial ad and how to pitch it and how to talk about it, or and make it authentic. And I'm, again, being in that space, then you're somewhat media trained. So like now I'm media trained. So now I can pass the media training over. I can always get better, but now I can pass that on to an influencer who their numbers are really high. But like if you throw a microphone in front of them, you are really concerned about what's about to come out of their mouth. Or they don't know how to craft the story and keep people engaged in how they're going about their story. So so again, the influencer, that lifestyle blog, musicians are really the people that drive what I like to do. I think that sometimes I thought that it was products, like helping people with that have products and small businesses. It's not, it's less about like helping you sell the product, but more about how do you position it from a creative standpoint? How do you insert it into people's worlds and make it look cool and not be like, oh yeah, I'm selling this thing. Like, no, we can create usage out of this and bring it to life in a unique way.